I'd seen this ad in the Indo around January of 2005, and I looked at Viewmount, but when I drove in, I went, like, something happened in my gut. I went, oh my God, this is the one. Because, I then got there, and the restaurants in converted stables, for anybody who's been to Viewmount or VM at Viewmount House. But I said to James, like, look, when people come to sit down and read the menu, like, you can't have people walk from the house in high heels over the stones into the building where the restaurant is. So he wanted to open it, and I said, well, you can open it all you want, but it won't be with me. And, they offered me the job, and I says, no, like, it's not perfect. And I, probably was,
what age
I was 20, at that time, 26 or 27.
Pretty ballsy for a 26.
Yeah, I know. When I think back now, but I said to him, I goes, look, it's not going to be perfect. But, like, I was right. And he then built the 7 suites, and connected the house and added a bar, and it was all became interconnected with the old salvage parts. So all the extension blended into the old Georgian house. And then I got a call on the 11th of June. I remember the date. Like, I was actually leaving a job. I'd gone and I'd worked here and there for the couple of years thereafter. The Galway Bay accent. We ended up being a sous chef in there after my ties from when it was being built. I had a good couple of years there under Dan Murphy, the GM there, director now. And then I got a call about this place, and I was like, well, who are you ringing me? Like, so I goes, no agent is my number. And I hung up, and I went, how do I know that name? And I was like, Jesus, it goes, that's that place in Longford that I really loved 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So I rang them, Beryl answered, and I met them. And I never met Beryl the first time I went down. So I went down and I met them. And I was like, oh, wow, it's all done. It's all connected. So we were there, and we had a chat or whatever. And Beryl had said to me years later, like, that loads of chefs in the area come looking for work. But James is a big Man United fan, and so am I. And we spent a lot of time talking about United the first time we met. And I think he as much as I was set in Viewmount, he was set on me. Right. And he says, no, I like the Donegal guy. Right. And I just by coincidence ended up back in front of them and talking to them, young, free, single, 29 at this stage. And yeah, that was it. I spent a few months there. I unwrapped every knife, fork, sauce, plate, saucer.
Would you been involved in, say, the choosing of the cutlery and the crockery and all that?
Well, James's best friend would have been a main guy in Waterford Crystal. So James had a really good eye. And they'd gone to Frankfurt to a big show, and he had bought like one of the only places at the time that had Narumi bone china plates. I won't even tell you what they spent on them, but it was tens and tens and tens of thousands. So I was more than happy with the boxes that had arrived. But I opened
like
Viewmount.
Christmas time, were you?
Yeah, but like I remember we opened Viewmount, and I was buying ice cream, kind of giving it a few minutes to kind of soften, tipping it out into one container, and then using the plastic tubs as bowls. I mean, we didn't have the money to buy an ice cream machine. That took us 2 or 3 months. I was really annoyed waiting to that time because I wanted everything to be ours. But there was no money coming in. I bought the minimum amount of tongs and spoons and tubs and you name it. It was enough to just get by. We would buy stuff that might come in a hard plastic tub. Everything. Get the label off it. Keep that. It's a container for storage. Like for the first few months in Viewmount, it was like a fridge of mixy matchy. Like I like everything to look the same and look neat. But I was like, no, let's make money before we spend money. And I treat everywhere I work like I own it. It's a real big thing for me. I never waste money that's not mine.
Sounds like you invest yourself in it.
I really do. But the other thing I would say is, you know, I've been working and mucking around here and there for years. When I went to Viewmount that time, I was sad in Ireland. Like I wasn't happy. I had spent a real lot of years in America. I'd just got into 1 or 2 cookbooks. I was starting to kind of get a little bit of a reputation there. Get talking to chefs that I really looked up to. I was starting to like make my way in a really big, bold world for a young Irish cook. And then I left. So I was just really disillusioned with Ireland, you know. So when I went to Viewmount in 2008, I said, this is the last fucking job in Ireland. This is it.
I hope you enjoyed that clip from Chef Table Podcast. You can find full episodes on our website at hotelandrestauranttimes.ie/podcast and on Spotify and YouTube at Hotel and Restaurant Times Podcast. Thank you for listening, and we hope you can tune in again. Bye for now.